Welcome friends, we're going to begin this practice lying down on our mats, rooting down to the earth, feeling a connection with your mat. Just let your feet drop out to the side. Take a deep breath in and then exhale. Bringing your knees slowly in towards your chest and give yourself a hug. From here, just let your knees drop down towards the left-hand side as we take a twist and look out over your right shoulder. Have your hands out beside you, your arms straight. Inhale and exhale. Take one last breath here. And then come up to center, hugging your knees into your chest, just circling around gently before letting your knees drop out towards the right hand side. And then look out over your left shoulder, making sure your arms are straight out beside you. Inhale and exhale. Come back up to center and just circle again around your knees. Then placing your palms down on the mat beside you, slowly begin to straighten your legs and bring them up towards the sky into a reclined waterfall. If you need to bend your legs here, a slight micro bend in the knees, then make sure you do so. Feeling the energy come down towards the earth from your legs. Breathing in, feeling the stretch in your hamstrings. Beautiful. Now from here, bring your right foot over your left thigh, just above your left knee, and grab your left knee from behind as we come into a reclined pigeon pose, and just let your right knee drop out to the side. Breathing in here, massaging into any areas of tension. Then bringing your right leg up to meet the left, and we'll take that to the other side. So this time bring your left foot over your right thigh, just above the right knee, and grab hold behind the right thigh and let the knee drop out to the side, and try and pull your right thigh towards your chest as much as you can. If you need to bend your right leg at this point, then feel free to do so. Breathing in and breathing out. Then bringing your leg up to meet the other, and we'll come and sit up onto our mat into a saddle pose. And from here, we'll bring the soles of our feet together and let the knees drop out to the side and begin to bend forward in your hips, bringing the torso towards your feet as we take a butterfly pose. Now this is especially good for your hips, breathing into any areas of tension around here, opening up the pelvis, and just let yourself calmly fall into this position. Just taking in any sounds around you. Inhale and exhale. Let yourself relax into this pose. It doesn't matter how far down you can get into this pose. Just be patient with yourself. You're exactly where you need to be today. Beautiful, my friends. Okay. Coming back up into our saddle pose, and just circle the spine around here, just countering the effects of that stretch. And maybe, if you like, wiggle the knees, wiggle the legs, just get that blood circulating again. And then come back into our saddle pose. Have our legs out in front of us. Try to flex the feet, and then slowly and calmly come down with our torso into a forward fold. Try, if we can, to bring our hands down to our shins, bending again at the hips, not the spine. Inhale here, and if it's available, you might be able to wrap your hands around your feet and just stay here and process the position. Don't push it. Just be patient and kind with yourself. Inhale one last time. And exhale, beautiful. Come back up and come onto your knees. So you take a hero pose. Now interlace the hands behind you, and we're going to take a little stretch in our shoulder blades and shoulders. And slowly make your way with your forehead down towards the mat, lifting up your hands behind you. Just trying, if you can, to bring your hands down to the mat in front of you. Inhale. Exhale. Now come back up into our hero pose. And we're just going to come back into child's pose from here. Just briefly breathing in, stretching out that spine to counter the effects of that strong stretch in our shoulder blades. Let our palms reach out into a web-like shape. And then push up slowly into tabletop pose. Keep your spine straight, look down to your navel, just to get alignment and check that your knees are under your hips. And that your wrists are under your shoulders. And then tuck the toes under and we'll take a downward facing dog. Just pedal it out here, stretching out the calves. You should look like an upside down V. Stretch out down to the earth, spreading the fingers wide, pushing up with the pelvis towards the sky. Pedaling as much as you can with your feet, and don't worry if you can't get your feet flat on the mat. It can take years for that to happen, and everybody's anatomy is different. Then look towards your palms and jump or hop to the front of your mat. And we'll take a forward fold. Just feeling that stretch in our lower back, pressing down through our heels. Inhale, palms on our shins, halfway fold. Straighten out the torso as you do this. Inhale, exhale down to the earth again. And then vertebra by vertebra, come into a standing mountain pose. And as you come up to your mountain pose, just check that your alignment is okay. Keep your feet hip width apart, maybe your toes are touching and your heels are slightly out. Straighten up your spine as though with a string coming through your head towards the sky. Keep your thighs and knees active. And engage your abdomen, tuck your tailbone in. Inhale, bringing your palms above your head. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, bring your palms down to the earth. Letting your head hang neutrally. Come up into your half fold here. Exhale, come down to the mat. And then hop back into a plank pose. And we'll take a Vinyasa. Coming down with your knees, your stomach, your chest. Pushing up into our baby cobra. Pushing down through the thighs, bending the lower back. Exhale, back down to the mat. Tucking the toes under and take a downward facing dog. And just pedal here again. And now I'd like you to step forward with your right foot as we take a warrior one pose. So just check here. Is your right knee bent? Is the arch of your left foot in line with your right ankle? And just stretch up to the sky. And from here, we'll take a warrior two. So twisting your torso round the long way of the mat. Check you're aligned again, keeping your arms active, maybe bringing your shoulder blades towards each other so that you're not slooped forward. And just spine straight, taking a strong warrior two. Inhale, exhale, cartwheeling your arms around, coming down to the mat, back into a lunge, and then step back with your right foot and we'll take a vinyasa. So come into a plank pose, hover here, take your knees to the ground if you need to, bend your elbows into your ribs, and then slowly bringing your pelvis, your chest, your lungs down to the mat. Your forehead kisses the mat, and then we'll take a cobra, stretching our lower spine, opening up our chest, bringing our shoulder blades together, and then back down to the mat. Bring your seat towards your heels, tucking the toes under, and we'll take a downward facing dog. Pedaling it out here, just find your alignment again. And then we'll step forward, this time with our left leg in between the gates of our palms, bending our left leg, our left knee at a 90-degree angle, and we'll come into a warrior one pose. So stretching up with your palms to the sky. Feel that stretch through your armpits. And then pivot around to the side of your mat. Just check if you're aligned and check that your left foot, your left heel is in line with the arch of your right foot. Check that your shoulder blades are coming towards each other and your arms remain parallel with the mat, and that you're standing up straight. Beautiful, my friends. Warrior two. Take one last inhale. Exhale, coming down to the mat, cartwheeling with your arms. Coming back, stepping the left leg back to meet the right. Come into plank pose. Bend your knees if you need to. Then hover down, bringing your elbows into your wrists. And we'll take a vinyasa. So come down to the mat and push up into cobra. Bring your shoulder blades to meet each other, stretch out through the chest, opening up your heart. Then come back down briefly into child's pose. Stretch out and straighten your spine, and tuck your toes under, and we take a downward facing dog here. Now from here, hop or jump to the front of your mat into a forward fold, maybe hugging your elbows if you need to. Swinging them from side to side. Take a half fold, hands on your thighs or on your shins, straighten up your back and come back down into a forward fold, and we'll come to be in a seated position on our mat in a saddle pose. So have your feet out in front of you. Now for this next bit, I'd like you to fold your left leg and bring your left foot to meet your right thigh, and let your left knee drop out to the side as we'll come into half butterfly pose. And here, if it's available, walk your hands forward along your right leg and just try and meet your forehead towards your shin or your foot, and feel that deep stretch in the pelvis as you open up your hips. Breathe through that hamstring. Stay with me here. If you need to bend your knee, then please do so. and slowly walking back up on your mat into having your spine straight, sitting up, and then bring your left hand behind you slightly on the mat, and then I'd like you to lift up with your pelvis and reach up with your right arm and feel that stretch in the obliques along your right hand side. Inhale, exhale, come back into saddle pose, and then we'll take that to the other side. So from here, this time I'd like you to bring your right foot to your left thigh and let your right knee drop out to the side as we come into our half butterfly. And then if you can, walking forward with your palms, bending at the hips. Try and bring our forehead down to our left shin as we take a half butterfly variation. Breathing in through the hips here into any areas of tension. Beautiful. Now walking up with the palms, coming back up so that your spine is straight. I'd now like you to bring your right arm, cartwheeling it behind you, and then lifting up through your pelvis and reaching up with your left arm to the sky and just stretching out through your left obliques, breathing into the intercostal muscles and the ribs. Finding the space here. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Wonderful. Inhale, one last breath. Exhale. And bring yourself back into saddle pose. Well done. Now come back down onto your mat as we take our final resting pose, Shavasana. The most important pose throughout the class. Just sinking down into the earth. Let go of any thoughts that bring you tension, anxiety, or fear. Just let them go and see them like clouds. Just thoughts that are passing through you. Make no judgment on them. Just shepherd them away and come back and focus on this moment of rest and relaxation and the benefits that you have brought just now to your body and mind. Inhale the positive, exhale the negative. Breathing in, sinking into the earth. Letting go of any anxieties. That do not serve you and your time on this mat today. Let your feet drop out to the side, opening up your palms towards the sky if you need to. And then slowly begin to wiggle your feet, wiggle your hands, your arms, your legs. Take a long stretch throughout your whole body, stretching down from your arms, your hands to your legs, to your feet. Stretch out here and thank yourself for this time you took on the mat today with me. Bring your knees into your chest and roll up to a seated position. And we come back to our mat and we'll take a final easy pose. So crossing your legs and bring your hands to your heart. Lift our head up and we bow and say Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in this beautiful location today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to my YouTube channel or check out any of my other videos. I would love it also if you could drop a comment below letting me know how you got on. I wish you love and light. Namaste.